Pivot table. A pivot table is a tool that is used to make a statistical report. The pivot table reorganizes and summarizes the chosen columns and rows of data in a spreadsheet like Microsoft Excel to make the required report. The pivot table does not change the spreadsheet. Instead, the pivot table allows you to look at the data from a different angle or perspective. So a simplified definition for the pivot table is a tool that reorganizes and summarizes data in a spreadsheet without the use of functions and formulas. So here we have our hotel guest table and we want to summarize it. Now, how could we summarize this table? One way in which we can summarize it is this way, right? So for today's video, this is what we're doing. We're summarizing the previous table that I showed you based on the hotel location, the number of guests, and the percentage canceled reservations, right? In today's video, we're looking at the pivot table in Microsoft Excel. Use it or we access it, we go up to insert tab on the ribbon, then we click on pivot table, right? We are going to do our pivot table from scratch, so we're going to come here and click pivot table, right? Now here it has selected our range because we clicked on a cell within our table range. If you wanted to choose the table range, the table or the range, you would click here and then you would select the range of cells like this, right? Then we click here, right? And we want it on a new worksheet. If you want it on the same existing worksheet, you would click here, but we want it on a new worksheet and then we click OK. All right. So here now, this is our this is where we're going to create our pivot table now, right? We're going to build a report using different fields from the pivot table field list. So here are the pivot table fields, and these are the same column titles that we had on sheet 1. So here's sheet 1, right? There it is. So those right? So what we're going to do now, we're going to click the hotel location. Or before we go there, we're going to go back to the table. Now, what we want to do, we want to summarize this table and present the information for this table here. So how can we summarize this table so that it represents the main component? So hotel location would be one of them, right? Then the hotel accommodation, right? And we want to know what is the percentage cancel reservations, right? So what we're going to do now, so I want to see columns B, A, and E as a summary, right? So what we're going to do now, we're going to come to sheet 2, which is our pivot table, right? So we want the hotel location, put it in the rows here, and there it is, right? Then we want the number of guests. I'm going to put this here, good. Then we want the percentage, for today's video, the percentage cancellation of the reservation, right? And this is how we would summarize our table from this original table here, right? And then now what we can do, we can copy this information and put it in a Word document, right? Going to select this information here using the mouse. Then we're going to copy. Then so we're going to come now, we're going to paste here, and here is our table that summarizes our hotel guest. And if you want to center it, we would press this. If you want to move it, you can move it accordingly. So this is how you would use a pivot table tool in Microsoft Excel to summarize a table which was shown at the start of today's video. And here we have the information in our table. So in today's video, this is what we did. We summarized a given table, a hotel guest table, to show the hotel location. So what we have to do, we have to come here and change this to hotel location. And here we take out sum of, and then we'll just have number of guests, and we'll take out sum of. And this is how we save. And this is how we would summarize the information that was in the first table. This table. Then we did the summary using the pivot table to give us this table. And then we copied this table to produce the Microsoft Word document that was required for the summary of the information that was presented. So in the next video, we'll be looking at the for loop, and we're looking forward to seeing you in that video. Please take care until then. Bye.
Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.